Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. So I wanted to create this one. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be creating a series of videos, and those videos are gonna explain a few things, and I want a few of outcomes. I'm looking for a few outcomes with that. So of course I'm looking into deals. I'm looking into acquired businesses. Okay, it's like more of my long term effect that I want to happen. Okay, M&A, looking for joint ventures as well, in addition to consulting for equity deals. Okay, so I'm just gonna be transparent and put that out there. With that, my my goal is initially is to educate myself, educate my viewers. Okay, also provide some of my insight along with it. Okay, so something that you probably seen in my older reels. I only have so many reels, so I did in the past. I want to say 2 years ago from today, checked on the private capital reports. Okay, so this is what I have opened up right here. You can, it is a free report, so this is kind of like what people that are in the private equity, or they looking into buying businesses or finance businesses, mezzanine, equity, debt, doesn't matter. This is the private capital markets report. It is uh, only subjected to the United States market. Okay, so let me make that perfectly clear. It is limited to that. It's a very insightful thing. A lot of people in the space of um, anything dealing with investing, in the realm of investing in private uh, market businesses, so private capital market support. Okay, it's very insightful. This section here that you have in front of you is the business owner section. And one thing that I just love looking at it because I'm a sales and marketing nerd, and I'm looking at what is the demands for new hires from owners, business owners. So this is talking about small and medium business owners. Okay, this is for this year, 2026. This is released every year. Mostly in the springtime is when they do it. Sometimes they do it twice a year. It all depends on what happens. And one thing here is for certain, just like the report uh, that I looked at 1 or 2 years ago, sales and marketing is the front runner here. And while we don't know, I don't have all the data right now as far as why, in fact, sales and marketing. And in fact, this report does not really explain why. But one thing that I would suggest is that we don't want to assume that the demand is because they are lacking this, or that it could be possibly they are in a growth or an expansion phase and they just need that type of talent to fill in the gaps of that. So sales and marketing, of course, we know that that contributes to revenue. And what I would possibly take from that one aspect is that when we look at the business acquisition, especially in this phase that we're in right now, within this 10-year gap that we have, or 20-year gap, the silver tsunami, the baby boomers are looking to transfer their wealth. Okay, I can look at the skilled labor and assume that that is uh, that is definitely a response to the silver tsunami. Now, with sales and marketing, of course, that's sales and marketing is a recession proof department or function in any business. I would look at opportunities with this when it comes to um, looking at companies that have an outdated process. If I'm looking at a company to invest in or partner up with, I would look at ways on how they might even have an outdated system, whether that be CRM or, like I said, the process. Maybe they have SOPs that need to be updated, right? Maybe they just are strong in a different channel and they may not be well versed in the newer channels. Like maybe they have a on hands or a service based business that they can use to entertain through TikTok. Twitter is starting to become even more popular now. You got threads, you have Facebook groups, these type of services. Um, Email is becoming very very valuable now, very 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 effective. These are certain things that companies that I've spoken with a lot in that baby boomers range, even in the 1960s era, that they don't quite know about. And one fear that I'm hearing a lot about this class is that they want to grow, but they're not really scared, but they just have a concern as far as filling up the capacity of the growth. So they may have people that are selling, but the fulfillment side is kind of lacking a little bit. So that's also a an opportunity. Okay. And we see here with customer service, that's also a thing. I mean, it's only 30%. But I mean, when you compare that to, management, entrepreneurship, excuse me, global businesses, that's the last of their worries is expanding on a global level, you know. Um, so it's something to definitely look into. Once I come up with some more strategies or data that supports what my insights are, I'll be more than happy to share this with you all. I hope this video provided some value, and let me know. I'm always open for some. I'm always open for some insight and some feedback. Okay. All right. Hope to hear from you soon.